Hi everyone, and welcome again to this USN travel talk. And I'm so happy today because I got Regina from VIVA Cruises. And we're going to talk about river cruising and actually what we want to do this summer, because that's a nice thing. You got Europe open. For Denmark, we have it as yellow, so we can travel all over Europe, actually. And I know Sweden can travel. Norway might not be able to do it at this stage, but hopefully maybe that changes after a while. But so nice to have you, Regina, and looking forward to talk.
Yes, and I'm very happy to have this opportunity to talk to you. And normally we all should have met over the year, but due to all this special situation, it's a good idea to do it in this way. Yes, and yes, Christina, as you said, Europe opened slightly. For God's sake, we are on the river again. We are back since 1 week. Today, our Tiara is starting the first cruise. Yesterday, the Inspire started. And so we are coming step by step. We are coming back on the rivers. And the next good step is that the Netherlands and Belgium is open right now. And so we finally can cross borders. So and that is what makes river cruising interesting. And yes, and I hope and that Christina and me, we can show you a little bit of the river cruising world, but I know most of you are still very close to it. So well, yeah, let's start it.
Yes, exactly. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping in terms of people know where to do. We have a chat, so everybody can go into the chat, ask any questions you want to do, and let us know if there's anything you need answers on, or which is unclear, or you need an extra more information on. I have a few questions during the presentation, so I will ask. We got 3 questions to just check on who's familiar with VIVA Cruises. So I will put that, and that will come up in the chat. So it would be great if people answer it. We have a link also to Sea Ventures, of course, which is more expedition ships. So we're going to talk around that a little bit, and then there's a link there, so you can click on that and you get more information on the routes. And of course, we have a presentation. And in case, of course, we all have technical situation. We are on different, internet connections and sitting in different countries. Regina is sitting in Germany, of course. I'm sitting in Dubai at the moment, and probably people around the world in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, or even other countries as well. But in case the whole thing goes a little bit bad here, I have what we call a panic button, which means that we reroute into a different room if our connection is going really bad. So just in case that happens, just as you know, it takes a couple of seconds and we're back into another room with hopefully a better connection as well, if that should happen. But I think, Regina, let's start with a video for those ones who maybe haven't been on VIVA Cruises or not really familiar, or just want to have a little bit look on it.
Just getting in the mood.
Exactly, getting into the mood for some river cruising. And there I put on my microphone, so you should actually,
Okay.
everybody can hear what I'm saying.
Good idea.
Exactly. I just saying that we got a little bit on the river cruising. I got the feeling of, being back on the water. And I just think we're going to dig straight into the presentation. And along with the presentation, I say everybody ask questions, stop us and ask questions in the chat. And if there's any unclear. And I leave it up to you, Regina. And I'm going to probably ask questions as well.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, just okay. This is a short overview of the Skiller history. So, VIVA Cruises is a 100% daughter of the Skiller company, and under the roof of Skiller. This is only a short. There are much more companies, but just to give you a short hint. So the most important, of course, this is Edelweiss Gastro, which is responsible for the food and for the hotel departments. Nemo, this is our company based in Cyprus, who is responsible for the manning, for the crew, for schedules, for any requests we have. RSR, the same, is scheduled in Cyprus, and RSR, for example, is responsible for the shipbuilding and yes, the concept and all. So, and at the bottom you see Viva Riverside. This is the second company under the Viva roof. Let's say it like this. Viva Riverside is doing hotel ships. So at the moment, for example, we have a ship as a hotel here in Düsseldorf based. That's the Emily Bronte. Or we have a ship in Traben-Trabach at the moment. It's the Grace. So all ships which are not in a charter are used as a hotel ship. You know, before this pandemic thing, we were this were a very, very important business for us, because all these hotel ships were based where huge fairs are. So, and we only do this not only with our Viva ships or with the Skiller ships. So we charter much more from other companies. So this is a very important second part of the Viva family. And yes, right on the bottom, that's us.
That's
this is Viva Cruises. Yeah, and here you can see. So Skiller is building the ships, and of course we have huge partners like Tauk Travel in the USA, Riviera in the UK. The Oscar Wilde, for example, you saw in the video. Was built for Riviera Cruises, and of course we build ships for Phoenix, for Nico, and of course in 2022, you will see this in the presentation. Viva itself will have 2 new ships, a thing which we never thought about when we started 3 years ago, just to manage to keep on the river everything what is not in a charter yet. And yes, and yeah, let's say today we have a very stable fleet of 7 ships. So yes, enjoy the moment. That's the slogan for Viva Cruises. Just keep us at simple and easy, just to feel free and comfortable on a cruise. Well, this is a short overview of the rivers we go through. You know, it's nearly every river in Europe, and this summer until July we have a little add-on. So at the moment we are on the Douro in Portugal with this fantastic little ship with the Andorinha, which is built for Tauk. And so the Americans are still not back in business, and so it's up to Viva to keep this business rolling in a way.
So at the moment, which rivers are open and which cruises are you open to then?
So the first river which opened was the Douro. So we are on the Douro since the last week of May. And now we slightly go. So at the moment we stay in Germany because it's at the moment most of our guests feel safer when you do not cross any borders due to the restrictions and so on. So how it is when you are not vaccinated in full and all this stuff. And but we will start the first cruise to the Netherlands on the 22nd of June.
Okay.
So which we do with the Viva Inspire.
Exactly. And it's also good to know, I think, for people listening in terms of what borders opening up for, even because it's different rules for Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland as well. So I'm just thinking for them. So basically we're looking at Germany and Portugal, and we're opening up to Holland. So
that's the next step. Exactly. So this is a short overview of our fleet. Unfortunately, not very up to date. But you can see the MS Inspire, which is a ship built for Tauk, very nice ship. Christina, you have been on this last summer. The Emerald, the Esprit, the One, the Crown as a very traditional older ones, and the Treasures. And of course, the Viva Tiara, which is our flagship in a way. And so we have 4 in 2024. We have 4 ships which are very constant in the fleet. This is the Viva Tiara. This is the Viva Moments. You cannot see on the picture right now. Last year it was the Robert Burns. We took over and renamed it to Viva Moments. Then the Viva One and the Viva 2. These 4 ships will remain constantly in our fleet. And then we have this walk-ins and walk-outs like Inspire or Treasures, which is normally running for Tauk for the USA market. But as long as the US guests are not coming, it's Viva's duty to keep the sales on these ships.
Yeah. So, and of course you got the deck plans. I think some of you probably have been on, I can see a couple who's been on Viva before here as well. As Tiara is here, but, and we know, and for the travel agents, I don't know how familiar, but we can also send out, if anyone wants the, some of these slides or like there, we can also send it out to you so you can have a closer look to it as well. I think we can do, Regina.
Yes, of course we can, and of course, if you give me a few days, you will get a completely updated version. But
excellent, we can do that. We can send it out to them.
So okay.
Well, is there anything you want to say on the deck plan? Because how many categories on the different cabins?
Yeah, so these, what do you see here on the deck plans? These are, one is the Treasures. With this, this ship is quite small. It's just maximum 100 passengers, and then you can see the Inspire. These 2 ships, the Treasures and the Inspire, they are sisters, and they are just only on the Emerald deck. We have normal cabins. All the other accommodations of these ships are suites.
Yeah,
and on the Viva Tiara, you have this typical cabin ships. So like we have 2 different categories, starting with the lowest, with the Emerald, with the Ruby and the Diamond deck. And from in our fleet, every ship from the middle deck, so from the Ruby deck, these are all cabins or suites with French balconies.
Okay, that's good to know as well. And the suites, how big are they?
So it depends. So the suites on the Ruby decks are about 23 square meters, and the suites on the Diamond decks, they are called master suites. They have 30 square meters. So very, very luxurious and comfortable, with a huge bathroom, with a huge wardrobe. You have a sofa in there where so a little lounge site for you. So this is very spacey and very comfortable. And
so that's the one we had on MS Treasure, actually. So I was lucky to be in one of these biggest suites then.
Yes, exactly. You have been on the Inspire, and in one of the masters. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Which is really nice because you had like a walk-in closet to keep all your things, and you had a huge bathroom, plenty of space as well for two, you know, almost like a separate bed area, and then you had the salon, so you could open up the windows and, you know, actually be enjoying the cabin as well.
Absolutely.
And
Okay,
I think that's what we see a little bit,
Yeah, let's see it. This is the Viva Tiara. This is our flagship, totally refurbished last year, and honestly, the Tiara was not really in use since her refurbishment, because the Tiara should be the season opener last year on the 18th of March. And 3 days before, on the 15th of March, so Germany came to the totally standstill. It was lockdown. So, so the Tiara is really unused in her refreshment right now.
Okay. And now that you say like it takes maximum 153 passengers, do you do that still even during the pandemic or during
No. It's the maximum we sell is about 75%. This is we are doing this because this this makes sure that we can keep all the minimum distance of 1.5 to 2 meters between the tables and the guests. You know, we have to be aware and keep in mind that we are not allowed to mingle different households, as we call this in these times, amongst each other. So every cabin they have their own table, except when they are traveling together in a group and they want to sit together at one table. Okay, that's an exception. But
I was just saying on the number of passengers, and also overall, your passenger, you don't have large ships, so maximum passengers on one ship could be. What is that? What was the biggest ship?
Oh, so the biggest ship at the moment that is the Viva Moments. It's about 180 pax.
Okay, on the maximum.
Yeah, basically. On the maximum.
Exactly. So just to get to know that it's, you know, we're looking at under 200 pax in the normal circumstances, basically, we're doing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking we should do one question because it's interesting to see we have at least a few on board on here, and ask how many actually has been on the river cruise. So if people can just, you know, click yes or no. It's very easy to do that. I'll publish it now. So it's published. And if people just can click yes or no while we're going ahead. You got Viva Tiara as well.
Yeah. So this is just a little impression. You can see this is the restaurant. We have, every ship has at the back, we have a bistro, which normally is used if you
I can't hear you now.
For just if you do not want to sit in the restaurant, can be a place to be for you. At the moment, honestly, we have to use the bistro as a second restaurant, just to keep all these rules for minimum distancing and all this stuff. So yes, this is our logos. You see the Viva logos, very present at these white ships.
Very easy to see if you get lost among all the river cruises.
Yes, you can always see this blue signs lighting. Well, and yes.
But the main thing on the two ships, or on most of the ship, is that you have the main restaurants and then you have the bistro. Yes. Exactly. And at the moment, like you say, you're spending all the seats to keep the distance and keep the protocols. Yeah. But in a normal circumstance, we have lighter meals in the bistro and more of like, you know, your 5-course dinner.
Exactly. Exactly. So then you can just join some fries or some just a
quick meal or quick lunch.
Meal, sit there, and then you go out for whatever you want to do outside. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is Inspire, which you have been.
You have been on the Inspire.
Yeah.
What we say right now is that is the bistro of the Tiara. But yes, we did it on the Inspire. You know, we with our group we were in the bistro the whole time, and that is quite easy then for the crew and to keep this all a little bit separated. Or even if you want to do some presentations when you are on a river ship with a group, for example, then you can do a presentation there or do their meetings. We sometimes do this with when we have groups on board and they want to keep their crowd together, do some presentations or presenting the partner or something like this. Then we can use the bistro as well for this.
Yeah. So this is for actually travel agents who maybe have groups, you know,
yes,
they're doing
tour
groups or with a tour operator does groups with a tour leader or either Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, you know, tour or Finnish tour leader. So they can actually get the bistro and do the presentations or, you know, talks or whatever they need to. So you can make it even within the ship as a small group. You can even do your own things as well, so you don't need to, you know, charter the whole ship either.
No. So you can have little family festives or something like this. Sometimes we have their special birthday parties. When you celebrate your special birthday on a cruise with your family, you can have this there a little bit more private than in the restaurant. Yeah. Okay.
And this is the
moments.
Yeah.
This is our new entry. The last year it was the Robert Burns, and the Robert Burns we built for Tauk, and now, but this is a constant member of our fleet right now. This is why we branded this to Viva Moments, and you can see this is a quite young generation. The Moment was built in 2018.
Okay.
And it's very, very light and yes, very, very spacey in a way, and something very special on the Moments. You can see this up on the left. This is a suite. The Moments has real balcony suite. So this is a real balcony where you have 2 chairs and a little table where you can join a little bit of privacy without sitting in the cabin. So this is very, very nice and very luxurious in a way. So
I'm on that one next time. So
I will keep this in mind.
I already booked the suite, so that's fine. I'm done that. But it's kind of a little more upgraded ship as well. I can see you put it as a 5 stars. This is more like an upgraded ship too.
It is, absolutely.
And it's good to know for different clients to it as well. I think it is.
Yes, absolutely.
And then did we go? We had the treasures again, did we? Or
this is I think this is, let me check. Yes, this is the treasures, I think, because I can see this on the suites, because all beds are from the suite. The bed is positioned in that way that you can look directly out of the window. So exactly. So this is, you can just, of course, all cabins are very comfortable and very stylish. It's the typical Skilla interior. All cabins are, of course, with a minibar filled up every day freshly. This is the minibar, for example, is something which is included in the all-inclusive program. Yes, we have spa bathrooms and slippers, of course, flat screens. We have phone. Every cabin has espresso machine, for example, and on the Viva products, we use for bath amenities, it's rituals. Yeah,
it's just a little thing to think about as well. You got the little hot tub on the top of the deck, and some of them also, I know, on where we were Inspire, we also had the little golf putting green as well. So there's a little bit of activities. I think we're just moving on a little bit since we're getting on. But I think the main thing on the cabin, so what would you say, what is you think about to say on the cabins? There is, of course, the minibar, which is included and replenished every day.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see this, we have Nespresso machines on every ship. In every cabin, doesn't depend on what, if you are in a suite, or every cabin has this Nespresso coffee maker. So this is something special, I think, in a way.
Yeah. And the good part, if I interrupt you, is that you actually also do decaf, because I drink decaf,
exactly.
and they actually provide you with the decaf capsules as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So thinking of everything. Yeah. And I think it's a perfect starting the morning in taking the first Nespresso in your bed, pulling the curtains up and look at the landscape. So this is my favorite of the day every morning, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then of course you got the TV, of course, if they want to do that.
Of course.
And you got the hairdryer. What is actually nice to think about? You don't need to pack your hair. It's a very good hairdryer.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I, who has long hair, there's always the issue when you get this hairdryer, where you can't hardly, dry your hair. So that's a good thing as well, that there's a proper hairdryer in there. And I think, is there anything else on that?
Yes, we have this free Wi-Fi access. This is part of the all-inclusive program. Of course, it depends where you are on the river. So in a lock, of course, that is not available. And but it is in the package. So you do not have to pay any extra fee for this.
Exactly. So, and let's move on. And this is quite good to know for people or travel agents listening into now on us, on how the guest profile, how you currently do the guest profile.
So I think the last, especially last year and a little before, we get more and more younger. So of course, let's say just we are very close to have these best ages on board, of course, because everybody wants to have. And you can, so I think we are very on a very good way to this. I think the average on our cruises are about 50, 55, say it like this. So we, well, of course, this is somehow a result of the pandemic last year, because we had a lot of new guests. We had a lot of families on board last year. Of course, they all came from council cruises. They came from the big ones, like TUI Cruises, AIDA, NCL, Royal Caribbean. So they came nearly from everywhere, and were a little bit under pressure how to spend their holidays right now. Because they want to do this on the water in a way. And I think our all-inclusive program was quite a good feature for them. And the feedback, honestly, was fantastic, because we have repeaters from last year. We have these families, we had them on board 2 times last year, and they are back this year. And they always put this in between from ocean-going cruises. They were, I think.
So if it actually sums up a little bit, just to see it's more, we see a younger generation going on to the river.
Absolutely.
And I would say, and I have, like you said, we have Tiara here as well, who was with us, and we can see that, even if I'm not the youngest one in terms of that, but it was like my age or even younger as well, who was on the cruise, and like you said, you're going into cities like European cities or wine. We did your wine tasting. We did, culture walks, and it's more of that kind of probably city enjoying or culture enjoying people as well.
They are city,
and it's easy, and it's an easy way to experience these ones. And like you said, around average age probably like 50. So I think it's a good thing to know as well when you're moving ahead or you want to sell it.
Yes, this is a short, the first draft of our new ships, the 1 and the 2, and you can see maybe it's a very, very quite modern look, but it's still the Skiller look. I once met a German journalist who is very, very familiar to all the skiller ships, and he just told me that coming on a skiller ship is a little bit like sitting in the living room of the Reitzma family with a modern touch. And yeah, and you can see it's very light. It's it's very clear design what we will have on the 1 and the 2, but it's still very, very, yeah, you feel well behaved there. And the Viva 1 and the 2, they will be the biggest ships in the fleet. They will have about 190 passengers.
Okay, we're still under 200. I just want to check how many people actually have sailed with Viva Cruises. I'm just doing a short poll here to see, for those ones who've been in River Cruise, we looked at 60-40 around there.
Really?
Yeah,
good.
So 60% has been in River Cruises, 40% not. So that's a good one.
Okay.
So let's see who have sailed with Viva Cruises. It's on there and in the chat. It is. Tiara says hello, Regina. It's good to see you.
Oh yeah, hello.
Yeah. And of course, he's asking who is currently selling, and I can definitely see that we have people attending who's selling. And I know we have Tove and Thomas from Elite Travel, and we got Katrine from Escape Travel, and we got Petri, and I can't remember which new company, Petri, you are. But you can write it down as well where you're working now. So at least these ones are selling, and what we can do, we can sell Tiara a list of agencies in the Nordic countries.
Yes, of course we can, of course.
So an interesting, we have actually at the moment 71% haven't sailed with you. So Regina, we need to get people on board. Yeah, we need to get people on board. Definitely
we will do. We definitely will do, and we will definitely plan fam trips as soon as possible. And yeah, of course you can only plan it when the countries are open again. As long as you have this travel restrictions with going to quarantine and things like this, it doesn't make sense. But I think we are so the next step is that maybe in autumn we definitely should plan the next farm trip for the Scandinavians.
Absolutely. I think we already have that in the plans, and we will get back to everybody when we have, or if someone wants to travel by themselves, like on a private trip or something.
Of course, always more than welcome.
Yeah, just make contact with us, and we will arrange and help out on how we do that. Yeah. So 28% has sailed with you, 71. So we need to work on that.
Yes,
definitely.
For sure. But we cancel this.
Exactly. So we moving on almost to the end. We're almost keeping time. I normally try to keep like 30 minutes, but I think this is one of the good, very good sales points, I think, with Viva Cruises, because you have the all-inclusive.
Yes. Yes. So it's a very transparent thing you get. So you pay just one time, and then everything is nearly paid you have on except the excursion, of course, but we have so the whole bar menu is yes, you see, the whole bar menu is in the card. All beverage from the bar menu are included. The mini bar stocked every day is included. The ritual, of course, I was talking about. You will have a bottle of water every day on your cabin. The Nespresso coffee stations I was talking about, the service charge is included, and the
tips as well.
Yeah. So
you basically don't need to think about anything.
No, honestly not. Honestly not. So you pay
also
one
when you
time.
sell a package, you sold everything. The guest doesn't need to think, except if they want to go on an excursion, or if they want to buy some items, or they want to, go out in the cities.
Yeah.
We can't include that.
No, of course not. But all things just around your cruise, this is already included. So you paid it, and it's absolutely fine. You do not have to care for anything else.
No, and I think the nice thing, if I can speak from my experience because I must say, that was my first river cruise. I've been on other cruises, and as most of these people who know me, I'm not a very big ship cruise thing, but I'm on the smaller, but that's basically because I can't find around. But I would say, like, it was I must say, a surprising, nice experience it was to me. But first of all, I of course I was happy to be in a master, suite, which was a nice cabin. But it's also this thing of not thinking about, do I have to, take money with me, or signing, or what I'm doing and everything like that. So of course the mini bar was stocked. I got the water in, or you could refill your water bottle. I'm kind of a non-plastic situation, so I refill. Yes. And the good part, you have a refill water bottle in your cabin.
Exactly.
I still have it with me.
Yep.
So and you refill it, and that's a good part, I think, for us to do sustainability. Again, good amenities in the bathroom. We like that as women. It's nice with a bottle of wine in your cabin as a welcome. Coffee, as said, you got the decaf as well, or normal. You can just call for the cabin attendant and they will refill it as well for you.
Of course,
if
anytime.
I'm running out of the decaf. They understood after a while that they only do decaf, so she just refill with all decaf on mine. She did after like 1 day, I think, or something. And you said the Wi-Fi is included and the tips, so you don't need to think about that. And even going down to the bar, you have all the drinks and cocktails and soft drinks, and what is nice is you got your afternoon tea, which you and me always had there, with a little bit of, the cake coming around, and make sure that you're not losing any weight. So that's a nice thing. And I think, of course, you got the whole wine list as well. And like I said, that's something we can send off to them so they can have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something we extended. You see, this is all included, and you do not have to pay any additional things on this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's also good to know that you can do your gluten-free if you have that, people with different allergies. And
yes, and we extended the food and beverage a little bit, because we unfortunately we couldn't experience this year, because we start the year with wellness cruises, and the main focus is on wellness. This means we do not have only vegetarian food, we have vegan food, we have healthy bowls, we have a lot of all this fancy healthy tea collections. So I think, yes, there's nearly
something for everyone. So if people are
for
afraid
everyone,
to go on something where it's an all-inclusive and saying, oh, then I can't choose my own, I'm vegan or I'm vegetarian, because there's a lot of these coming up, and a lot of people are more conscious about what they're eating.
Well. You can see this on the card. So it's this detox water, the smoothies, and unfortunately, as in German, we are very close to time this morning, so unfortunately we have forgotten to translate this. But this is so we get it from season to season. It will get a little bit more detailed to what our guests want to have. So, for example, in the afternoon, we have this, of course, we have this normal coffee and cake, but what we have additional to this, we have this high tea, which you know from the UK. So this is something you do not have to pay extra fee for. This is something additional to the normal coffee and cake thing, So this is very nice, having this little sandwiches in this etagere, and having a very fine tea for this. Quite nice.
I think we're going to keep, I know people are eager also. There are a few people in the office, so I think everybody's a little bit track of time. I think the best thing, or the last thing, of course, we need to do as well is what you need to know before the trip begins. So what the travel documents do they need to, check on, and everything, and how is things working with you when you're booking?
Yes. So booking, honestly, the first step, booking, is quite easy. So you can contact us via email. You can make bookings when you have an agency entrance. You can make the bookings on our homepage, where you get your commission automatically. Of course, you can call us at any time. It's quite easy to come to us. If you want to make group with us, a few of us know that it's very easy to work with us on tour operator base or group base. So we are very flexible, and yes, and we try to make possible whatever we can. So it's always I think this is a very very good point for Viva, because we are just a small team. A lot of people outside think we are just about 20 sitting here. No, when we are not in a pandemic situation, we are 10, and now we are 5. But we always try to be there and keep ways as short, clear, and easy as possible.
Good. I was just thinking, if you go through what the guests can, not experience, but how they think of, coming in. So what can they, expect when they're arriving? So when people are arriving, of course, they're arriving on different, flights, and then come with transfers. So either it's a group, they come with a group transfer, but if it's a, a single client, they're coming in. And of course, before the travel agents, they receive the vouchers, the luggage tags, and the excursion registrations, and all the travel information. That is already sent to travel agents, and and they send it off. But when you are arriving, I can just call from my own experience, as we were traveling in the pandemic, and I had, like we said, a few on with us as well. So it was quite easy, because of course you need to follow the regulations. So in Germany, how is Germany now? You still have mask?
Yes, we still have these mask protections on board, and I think we will go with it for this season, just to keep. To prevent, to keep the most highest security we can have. And of course, we want to protect our crew, we want to protect the guest, and I think we are so used to wearing these mask protections, shouldn't be. And then...
do you need to do it outside when you're walking in the streets?
No. So, it's just
when they're arriving,
just when you are moving. So when you arrive, you have to fill out a sheet where we, of course, ask the normal question. You are asked in these days if you are vaccinated in full, if you if you had a corona, so it's or if not, you have to do. So in Germany, we have these PCR tests, and we have these normal tests, this antigen test. And at the moment, you only need this antigen test to come on board, which you can do at every testing station.
Can you do the rapid test as well? Because that's very kind of common in Denmark.
Yes, of course. This is what we do here. Shouldn't be older no more than 48 hours. And honestly, in Düsseldorf, you can do this here just, I think, 50 meters away from the docking station. So just in case if you have forgotten to do this, you can do this. And what we have on board at the moment, when we doing the first cruises crossing borders, we will have a doctor on board who can do the testing if necessary.
Okay.
So I think we are prepared for every situation pops up on a cruise.
And the embarkation is at 3 p.m. Or starting earliest at 3 p.m. or 90 minutes.
Normally it's starting at between 2:30. So just So that is the normal check-in, and the check-out is after breakfast on the arrival day, but no later than 10 o'clock, because in these days you have to do the total cleanup with disinfection of the whole ship, cabin, whatever. It takes a lot of time. So 10 o'clock is the maximum.
Okay. And then, of course, the whole crew does the whole, introduction of them and what to do and not to do on the ship. So we don't need to go through
Exactly. You get a very good introduction to this from our cruise director.
Okay. But what is probably good, are you still using that when you have a table, that's your table the whole cruise, or because of the
that is, we continue this for this season, just to you can't, when normally the Viva concept is the free seating. So because we want to go a little bit away from this typically German things, this is my table and these are my neighbors for the whole cruise. And we do not want to fit in this concept. But in these times, unfortunately, you have to.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you stay on the table because it takes a lot of time for the hotel manager to do all these to divide all this the whole restaurant, But what still is flexible are the times. So you do not have to be there at 7 o'clock. If you want to stay out, have a drink because the sun is shining or there's a beautiful sunset, it's fine when you come at 8 p.m. No worries about this.
It's so the same table during the whole cruise, but the times
are flexible.
Exactly.
And I think a very important point to mention finally is that VIVA Cruises is an international program. So we are not. So this is what we really say. We of course we are based in Düsseldorf, and but VIVA Cruises is international, so we are always bilingual on board. It's German and English, and if we have huge groups from, especially for example, Spain or France, we are able to react on this as well.
Exactly. And just to do like, so that at least the travel agents know, is that when we are on board, like we were on board in August as well, when we walk like through the cab or walk through the corridors and to the restaurants, we keep our mask on. Of course, mask off when you're sitting by the table, or you're sitting by the bar, or you're in your own cabin. And also when you're up on the deck, if you're sitting up on the deck, in the fresh air, you don't need to have the mask on as well.
Exactly.
It's just basic when you're walking or moving indoors.
Yeah, where you meet crowds, you know, at the reception desk, or where people are standing together closer. So then, of course, you have to wear the mouth protection just to protect everybody. So
and smart, and the dress code, like we said, smart casual.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And when you go out or when you are just as you feel as you feel well behaved. So this is very, very relaxing things.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think a little bit just on the shore excursions, of course, it's because it's how many shore excursions? It's usually 2 or 3 to choose from when you are ashore, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's a mix of like a city trip, or could be a wine district or wine taste, or
exactly.
Or
so we try to be there a little bit regional. So I think that's a little bit what everybody is saying, but we have a very good product management in-house here right now, and we are really looking for these little things you can find. So our product manager is very often out on a cruise to find little things which has not everybody in the program, you know. You remember this little wine tasting we had?
I saw that one. Actually, I'm flipping back.
Yes, that was we never have been there before. It was just recommended, and yes, we tried it out, and that's my team.
Tour. So that was nice. No, but I think it's good to know that there is a little bit for everyone. I'm actually going to do a last poll before we ending off. I know we took a little bit more time than we did as well, but I'm going to ask especially travel agents on board and see who is actually currently selling VIVA Cruises. That would be nice to know. And then, because then while they pressing their dots here, then we can just see this is the booking things, and here we got the current team, the pandemic current team, isn't it? With you.
Sorry, I've just
you lost me.
I lost you. Sorry.
No, I said this is the current pandemic team in VIVA, where I see Patrick and you.
Yes, this is my colleague. So this is the other key accountant. This is Patrick on the left side. Of course, me behind him. This is Patricia, working in sales and in operation team, and the funny guy on the right side, this is Tim. So he is supporting us in sales. He's a junior sales manager, as you call them, all this very manager things. So this is our very small team. So this is quite funny when you get calls and somebody is asking if I can connect him to the group department. Then I just stop. Yes, you are connected with the group department, or yes, we are doing everything. So it's a small team.
Exactly.
Short ways.
And it's nice to see that 66% of these travel agents are actually selling VIVA Cruises and 33. So that means there's a lot of people selling VIVA Cruises who hasn't been on VIVA Cruises. So that's the job we have to do to get them on board to experience it.
For sure. As soon as we have this restrictions get a little bit more,
I think so, and I think that more or less this is just a checklist, and I think for the Viva's checklist is also on the website.
It is,
on the French website, so it's very easy to check on. It's of course the reduced numbers. What you said, 70-75% of the total passengers you're allowing on board, and we felt that as well when we were there in August, because it was a lot of space and there's no crowding and plenty of space to sit down upstairs on the deck and everything, and in the restaurants you never waited for you kind of service was good and everything.
Absolutely. So the service is so honestly our service is one of the best I ever approved. So, and I think I was working for a few companies with fantastic service, but so this is Edelweiss Gastro is excellent, and it doesn't depend if you're on a 4-star or if you're on a 5-star. The service is all the same. Yeah.
And I think that was good as well. And of course, at the moment, you have table service for all meals because of the current situation. So it is going to be served by tables. There is no buffets, of course, and that makes it also more safe and
absolutely
for people.
Absolutely.
And do you still use the time slots that you're coming in of in the restaurants, or can they come and go as they want?
No, they come and go as they want. So we have no slots because this is the little bit of personal things that we want to keep for our guests, so that they do not have to be there at 7 every evening or so this is that is something we keep open for them, so they can be there from 7 till 8:30, and you will always get the same service the whole evening. Okay.
I'll do it like this. I think we end off like this on the note. Like I said, we kind of, there was a lot of information to get through for us, and a lot of talking we did. There's two people who like to talk a lot, so we're mixing that into like one program. I just want to ask everybody who's listening, because we still have them with us, which is very good. I'll ask if you managed to get all your information. Is there anyone who needs any more information? Is there any questions? There's been very quiet on the chat on questions, so just let us know. No questions at all. Very quiet. And for those ones who's listening on later on, could you send the presentation? Absolutely, we will send the presentation. We're just going to update a few slides on the program.
Yes, of course.
And Regina is going to send it to me when she's updated it, and I'll send it out to everybody who's on the list here. Okay. So it's no problem, Petri. I will do that. Not a problem. Nope. So you can have this. And I think we're looking forward actually to welcome travel agents. And I know there was a few journalists as well listening in, actually. I can see that. Yeah. So we're definitely doing press trips, and we're also doing fam trips. And I've just been contacted. You can also contact me. I know Regina is quite busy on the phone, and that's a good thing on you. During the whole pandemic, you've been accessible on the phone all the time for cancellation, postponement, cancellation
for everything, for blaming on the whole cruise industry for everything.
She's there. If you need to vent, you just call Regina, and she will just listen to you and say thank you. So, no, be nice to her. But I think that's very good of you as well, Regina. You've been actually available and accessible during the whole pandemic.
Yeah, this is a very, very
it's been an extra phone number and an actual person. You don't need to send an email or be on a chat or send a request or something. It's been an actual person calling. Of course, you might not get through all the time straight away, but you're trying to be get through on all the phones or call you back and everything.
So this is very this is so important to be there for every question. Just whatever. So every question definitely should be answered and should not be somewhere in an email not answered or something like this. So no, honestly, we were there the whole time. This was a very, very tough job, but
no, but I think it's just good for people to know that you are available. Yeah, I think it's just good for you to be available. So actually, we want to thank all of those who's been with us online, and for those who's listening, we're sending this as a replay as well for everybody out tomorrow. It comes off, and then actually before I'll send off the link to the expedition ships, and I think what might we do, Regina, is we do a separate one on the expedition ships. I will be sending a link to the website so people can access and have a look. And what we do, we probably do a similar travel talk on the expedition ships, so we can go through that, because I think that's a very Scandinavian product as well, and we like to go on expeditions, or Nordic to everyone. So thank you very much. If everybody is fine and no one had more questions, we're going to just end it off and let Regina go on and answer phone calls.
Yeah, thank you. I can't wait to see you all again, honestly.
Exactly. And we hope to, like we said, we're planning, you will be on the ship. Everybody who hasn't been on the ship will be on the ship. Okay. Basically. Let's put it like this.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. So, bye-bye.
Thank you much, and thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.